Hey y'all, it's PK back with the high notes and back in this blistering summer heat. And when I tell you this summer has not been playing, this sun has been petty. He's been real mean, real malignant. Like he got a point to prove. Like we get it, we get it. It's hot. It's hot. Oh my gosh, this is the type of heat that makes you want to just jump into a pool head first as soon as you get out the door. But this week we'll be talking about a fragrance that will have you smell like a day on vacation before you can get to that pool. So this week we have one of the most summariest fragrances I have in my collection as far as freshness goes, and that is Frozen Mimosa by Dua Fragrances, and this is one of their original creations. Okay, so quick review for those who do not know how the fragrances from Dua work. So these are usually made to order. They're made in really small batches. So you do kind of need to macerate these yourself. And how you macerate them is you spray them about 7, 8 times in the air, and then you store them in a dark, room temperature place for 6 weeks. And then you can come back after that 6 weeks and you can enjoy whatever you got. But it's just a good rule of thumb. And really, you can apply this to any and all fragrances, as there are very few fragrances that I've bought in my time collecting that have just been ready right out of the box. So this is a good rule of thumb, but especially those from the Dura brand. So getting straight into it, the notes in Frozen Mimosa are lemon juice, orange rinds, salt, champagne, and gin. And that is in a non-pyramid format. So they're not doing a top, heart, and base, but they're giving you all the notes just straight out. So as these notes will suggest, this is quite the list of ingredients for an actual frozen Mimo. This fragrance is hyper fresh, non-sweet, and it immediately puts me in the mindset of being by somebody's pool, being by a lake, an ocean, like specifically one where there is salt in the air and the drinks are flowing, and the drinks are strong, really strong. That's where it is kind of placed me. This scent is actually really interesting because they have another scent on their site just called Mimosa, and that fragrance is notably more fruit forward. I liked when they are interpreting what a frozen mimosa is. It's a lot more focused on the coolness and coldness of the fragrance rather than like the actual flavors. Here you are getting a mimosa that they have just poured the liquor into, and everything else just kind of went on top. You got your orange rinds and your lemon juice. You're getting mostly liquor in this, along with some salt around the rim. This is getting you messed up as far as the drink goes, and it smells like it would get you messed up. Okay, so off the top, I'm getting a tad herbaceous orange rinds. So you're not getting the orange flesh, you're just getting the skin. You know how that can be bitter and green smelling. And then we have that strong, stiff gin that makes you sin. If you ever had that gin, man, some memories that come with that. And then you have the lemon juice that goes along really well with the gin. It's just back there giving that lemony essence. It's not really popping in and out too much. I smell the orange rinds really over the lemon. And then you have this savory salt that adds a lot of cutting power to this fragrance. I feel like the salt and the gin together, this thing slices through air like butter, especially hot air. This is why I feel like it's so appropriate for this weather, because it's hard to not smell good with this on, with this doing the work that it does. And as far as the champagne goes, I don't really get a lot of champagne here, but it's not hard for me to imagine something bubbly happening here. um I'm not, yeah, not your usual champagne, but because the gin is probably overriding it to my nose. But you guys, if you've ever smelled this fragrance or are going to get it, y'all have to let me know what y'all. So this fragrance doesn't have any musk in it, so it's staying pretty static on your skin throughout the day, at least from my experience, which is great considering this does stay on your skin very long for something so super fresh like this. on top of it adding this sterile, bracing confidence to your aura, you know that you about to be touching some noses, and it's in heat like this with this on. And every time I wear this to any place with water, whether it be a pool or a beach, I'm getting compliments on this. I don't know. I mean, it's super appropriate given what it is, but I'm literally living that life for some reason. And no complaints here. This usually isn't one of my first picks as far as note wise, and I usually have problems with salt. It usually comes off a little strong to me here. But people love this on me, and from the responses that I got, I actually ended up warming up on this, can't lie. Vanity one, I ended up liking this a lot more than I started out liking it, which is a win. This is like if Ozone, that crisp, cold, um, just untouchable air, had a baby with the salty ocean. This reminds me of the beach without the humidity. That's really what this giving. And really, for my mask folks, I'm actually identifying folks. Gin and salt are used in quite a few fragrances that are usually marketed towards men. Just liquor in general, liquor and salt as a whole are usually things that they love to throw inside of summer and spring, like summer fragrances. But even if you're not, especially for my femmes out there, if that's sexy, unyielding, dominating sea siren is in you, and that sounds appealing to you, then Frozen Mimosa could be for you as well. Now for our character segment, um, I have to say, for the guy that I can see wearing this, Mako from Yu-Gi-Oh comes to mind. He was like the water sailing pirate. I think he used like a lot of water cards in his deck. I think he was a fisherman actually, which is still on brand for this. As for the girl, I can see Shizuku Kuragane from Chivalry of a Failed Knight. She was a capable, elite, water witch, and she ain't played no games ever. She's respected everywhere. And I can see that for her as well here. And that is all I have for today for Frozen Mimosa by Dual Fragrances. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more fragrance reviews every week, and comment down below what character you can see wearing this or how you feel about this fragrance. Stay cool, y'all. Thanks. Bye.